Welcome to the Dysfunction Junkies podcast. We may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrisy and Kerry.
Hello, junkies. I'm Kerry.
And I'm Chrisy.
Welcome to our episode today. We are going to be talking about healthy boundaries, especially from toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Remember that movie from the 80s, The Toxic Avenger or Toxic something or other? Those terrible B movies we used to watch when we would rent videos? Oh, me. Not me. Usually I had somebody else renting these crappy things, but...
No, I get it. So, yeah, we talk a lot about dysfunction and that this is our safe place. One of the hardest things I had to do was learn how to create healthy boundaries.
Yeah, that's important. I know early on...
You're such a wealth of words over there, Chrisy.
Well,
yeah.
This one's... Because this is just... It's toxic.
It is.
It's just toxic.
Boy, the words are just flowing.
They're just flowing there, Chrisy. I'm trying to figure out this one. Okay. Maybe it's just me who needs to learn. You've obviously got it figured out. So.
Well, one of our earlier things that we put out there was that you had brought up that I learned how to create healthy boundaries early on.
You did.
And I sort of just chalked it up to the fact that I just was going to sort of say, a lot of people get multiple chances for recovery. And for me, not usually.
Yes.
And it wasn't so much that I created a boundary as I just created I don't recognize you anymore as a person of this human race.
Yeah, you did figure this out way sooner than I did. So, but it took me a while, but I'm there now, and I will find this is, I don't know, what's that term, my beige flag or my toxic trait or whatever, however they're called. I find support in meme therapy.
Yeah, we're putting that's yours.
Yes.
Because until you brought it up, I had never heard of it. And then I said, well, where did you, and you said, you're not even sure that it's a thing, but I've
coined
now.
it. I've coined the phrase meme therapy.
Yes.
I have found what would be the validation in some of these memes, scrolling through memes and saying, oh my gosh, that's exactly how I feel. Or, oh yes. Here's one of my memes that I came across and it's so true. It's unfortunately a lot of you all met me when I lacked boundaries and was a people pleaser. Let me introduce you to myself now. I burn bridges as needed. And I'm like, yes.
Is this the one that I said with the bridges? Wait, no, talk about the one that you posted with the bridges.
Yes. Oh, that was a long one, but
it was
a good one.
That was so...
Yeah, in fact, we had another listener commented on that. Let me find that on my Facebook page. I enjoy scrolling at night when I'm trying to go to bed, and I'll find these little meme things, and they really help me know that, hey, what I'm feeling is okay.
So while you're looking for that,
yes,
my understanding of memes I'm limited maybe understanding of it because maybe I'm watching, is that the one with the farts? Or am I just watching the fart meme? Why is mine set to fart memes? You're getting all of these profound, lovely memes that have such meaning to our lives, and I get the one where the guy walks by a group of unknowing people and just blasts off.
So those are reels, I think, more than they're memes.
Oh, I'm in real therapy. I haven't graduated to meme therapy yet.
Nick, did you want to add something?
Well, I think it's because it's based on what you've been
searched.
It has an algorithm, so it knows what you're looking for, so it's giving it to you.
And it does.
It does have
and
an
I
algorithm.
am trapped in this one after another where there's just, and I'm laughing in the bed. I am
Right. So, okay. So the little meme thing that I mentioned just now, that is a summary of the longer one that I had on my Facebook page. And the one on my Facebook page says, unfortunately, I don't rebuild bridges I didn't burn.
Just that statement alone.
Yes. That was, because a bridge is between two people that only works if both people want to keep it standing. Two people who care, two people who don't give up. When things get heavy, it takes effort from both sides. If a bridge bridge fails and, basically it's because somebody wasn't willing. I know that I wasn't the one who let it fall, and I refused to rebuild something that someone else let fall without even trying to save it. So no, I won't rebuild a bridge I didn't burn. So
I loved that.
it was very profound.
So good.
Yeah. This is how I get through my dysfunction, is I find these things like this that help me.
Do the people who write these give themselves
Sometimes there will be like an author credit. So like that particular one, there wasn't. Sometimes you'll find that it's maybe someone famous that has said it, and if I had seen it with a name, I usually, I will give that credit. I think a lot of times just people like me that are scrolling through and, maybe put a post on their page. That's my therapy.
There's a little small part of me.
Yes.
That feels guilty loving these.
Yes.
And finding some value in it.
Yes.
Because of being I have a degree in literature, but I'm not sitting here saying, yes, and I belong to all these book groups and I analyze books. I am the worst, probably, just like everything else that I have in my pocket. The worst representation. I'm the worst representation of Catholic schools. I'm the worst representation of this. You try to pride yourself on literature and the great authors of literature and poetry and that. And then you have this like quick stuff.
Yes.
These things that are thrown at you by people who are unknown or don't know. Have no background in being an author or literature, but yet they're coming up with these very profound statements.
Yes.
So, which I think tapping into this for our listeners and for ourselves tells you that we are definitely truly feeling an affected people.
Oh, yes, definitely. One of the other, what kind of got me on this too was, it was just because, especially with certain things that have been going on with my life. And what I found myself saying a lot is, I'm done. Kind of going back to the burning bridges or not rebuilding bridges that, I didn't burn, is I'm done. And so one of the other things I came across was one that said, I'm not mad. I'm just done. And that's what people don't understand. I'm not necessarily mad at anyone. I'm just done. I accept that person or people or whoever is causing this emotion in me. I may be hurt. I may be disappointed. I may be sad, but really I'm just done. I'm done dealing with the situation that's robbed me of my peace. I'm done dealing with people that don't love me as I love them or don't try as hard, that don't put the effort in. I'm just done. And once I get to that point, I see that person is abusing what I bring to the table. And so whether it's a family member, a friend, a relationship, I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm just finished and I'm moving on. And it took me a long time to get to that healthy relationship, healthy boundaries, to be able to accept somebody, love them from afar, but to create that saying, I'm done.
I think everything you said has a lot of important things to comment on. I think a toxic will prefer that you don't get to that point.
Oh, 100%. They
want you to be mad. They want you to be hurt. They want you to be sad, because then they got you where they want you.
They still have control over me.
Yes.
Yes.
When you say you're done, it's very difficult for them to argue that.
Yes.
And to basically, they can sit and cry and beg like a little child.
Or try to manipulate.
Or manipulate the situation. But if you're done and you walk away, you regain and hold the control over that situation.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Oh, it's 100%. 100%. And that's where recently, I was chastised and threatened because of speaking out my feelings, especially on our podcast here. And then I came across this meme. And so again, I literally have 2 pages of memes here that has become my therapy.
So I think maybe there might be people. So let's talk about this because they might benefit from using this too.
So this one, whenever that I was kind of come out, it was a little reminder that you are allowed to talk about what happened to you or what they did to you and how it hurt you. And it's like, yes. And that's what we've said on so many of these episodes is this is our safe space. This is where we can talk about about things. Doesn't matter how that person feels about me talking about it or talking about situations. Because honestly, if they wanted people to think better of them, then they should have been better.
Right.
We wouldn't be here talking about all these dysfunctional things if they weren't done. So it was like, I started to kind of go back to that Catholic guilt and go back to my elephant in the room and my family saying, oh, just say a rosary and forgive them. That when somebody was mad at me, I was thinking, okay, it's my fault. I should be better. And I'm like, no, I have a right to talk about what happened to me and what my feelings are. And if people have a problem with it, then maybe they really have a problem with them. It's a they problem and not a me problem.
It is. So 2 things I want to offer to that.
Yes.
One is, I think they like to offer you distractions.
Yes.
And in doing that, that's where you're sort of talking about.
Yeah.
They want to distract you.
Yes.
From you.
Yes.
The other thing is I heard this somewhere, I don't know where. Somebody, I heard it or read it. Could have been from a movie, and shame on me for not being able to remember it if it was. But you not liking me says more about you than it does me.
Yes. There you go. Chrissy had a meme.
Is that a meme?
It could be.
That's just me saying you suck and I don't.
Healthy boundaries.
Yeah. So you sit around going, I don't like you and I don't like what you're saying. And I'm like, well, that doesn't say much about me, but it speaks volumes about you, honey.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And, I've had a lot of people come to me and have said, good things about our podcast, about how, they were feeling guilty or bad about, how their situations are in their life. And, that no, it is okay to set healthy boundaries. And just because you set healthy boundaries doesn't mean that you don't care about somebody, but what it means is you care more about yourself. And here is a time where, yes, it is important to care more about yourself. So good job, Chrissy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. The meme therapy sounds great. I think this is something people really should think about. But if this one fails you, that you just need to go to the real therapy.
There you go.
Where you just watch the fart videos. Because if meme therapy fails for you, switch over to me
and watch the fart
videos. And there's a guy on there that has animals that talk, that he does voiceovers for, which I absolutely love. I mean, I love those I love stupid humor.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
So.
Well, and I think it was on our last episode, I was trying to come across one of the things, the quotes, and I think this is one I was thinking about. The guilt you feel about setting boundaries is a sign of how deeply you were trained to abandon yourself. And
ooh,
yes,
that's good.
And I think when we were talking about when Grandma burned me in my hand,
I don't mean to laugh, but it's so horrible. I'm like laughing as like a protective mechanism in my body.
I get it.
Grandma burnt me.
Grandma used my hand as an ashtray. That was our July 4th episode, if you're wondering what that was about. When you finally get to the point of setting healthy boundaries, you do go through this transitional stage of all these different emotions of feeling guilty, feeling relief, feeling, but that's really what it is how deeply you were trained to abandon yourself.
Yeah, funny how we didn't recognize how, and probably the people doing this with us maybe didn't recognize it either, because it's like that cycle. It's a constant, it keeps going on and on and on. Yep. We're trained to basically abandon ourselves in other people's distractions.
Yes.
And that guilt thing, which I guess we do label, and maybe we're not being fair and in general, but a lot of people have heard that term, Catholic guilt.
Catholic guilt, right.
And just to sort of analyze that for a second, to some extent, it's probably not just
it's not. No.
processed through Catholicism.
No.
It seems to be something everybody recognizes, and I'm guessing that even people who are not Catholic have this.
Yes.
Which it basically stems more from family and that dysfunction than your faith.
Correct.
Or how you were brought up in your faith. But it sounds fun when you say Catholic guilt,
Well, I use it a lot, especially just because, a lot of people that I work with, we have used that term a lot. We'll say our Catholic guilt because we all grew up Catholic in the Catholic grade schools and systems. And so they're yes, it's our term, but you're right. It's really anywhere. So,
well, and I do have that, which I get very mad at myself because I really that's one thing about myself that I have a hard time cataloging or describing about, or even understanding why I feel that. Like, why am I hesitating on me?
Yeah.
And how I feel.
Right.
And what I want to do about this situation. Why I get mad at myself because then I sort of stop myself, say, I'm not maybe being fair, or I need to look at this from a different angle.
Right.
See, those are very reasonable things to feel, and I am not a reasonable person. So then when I feel them,
Chris.
then it causes not just the guilt, but now I'm pissed off at me.
Oh.
And I walk around saying, don't be like that. You have to just put yourself, there's a point
Yes.
where everybody needs to take a page from my book
Yes.
and be completely self-centered.
That is true. And that was kind of one of my other things, was that we're training boundaries to be stronger than our empathy. So we have to put it's hard. We're so much taught to put others first, but there are times where we have to put ourselves first. We have to put our empathy aside, put ourselves
Yes.
first. And that is hard. That is hard to train, but Chrissy, you've mastered it.
I have. And I think it's because I've sort of was left to be
Yes.
okay with being self-centered as a child.
Yeah.
And maybe my upbringing helped that because they kind of let me get away with it for so long.
Yeah.
So maybe when you told me that I learned that early on,
Yeah.
it was thanks, Mom and Dad.
There you go.
Another reason that I didn't have any issues with Mom and Dad, they
Right.
let me be self-centered and told me,
They better prepared you to handle life.
without knowing it, I'm
I
sure.
know. No, they did. I'm being, that's a compliment. They really did. It took me how many years to get here, you know?
Right.
So-
Well, I'm trying to think because I think that would, if you had parents, and I'm going to shout, call out my husband a little bit with the things he says that I get mad about, where be the better person.
Yes.
Or, whatever. I don't remember hearing those lines from my parents growing up.
Yeah.
Like, think before you do that, which you
Right.
probably should most of the time. Well, not before you do that, but, do you think you'll be able to sleep tonight if you follow through with
Right.
reacting the way you're going to react?
Yeah.
I think that you do need to take pause.
Yes.
In especially situations that are more severe. I think it's good to sort of gather yourself. I've learned, but it's taken years for that. Many years, most of my life, I did not have that ability to take pause.
Yeah.
I reacted quickly. It's only been, and it probably has been since I've had children.
Yeah.
And even that's been a learning thing too, because you're advocating for your children usually, and you're responsible for these other people. And you slowly have to learn that it's not just about you. Now you have to take pause because it's going to be about them.
Right.
And how it affects them. So,
Yeah.
But
And that's one of the things over the past, probably this past year has been kind of difficult for a lot of reasons for me. And what I was finding was that I was really getting triggered a lot. And I would be in a moment of something and I would just find myself afterwards going, God, I really shouldn't have acted that way. And I would be upset with myself and just really beating myself up over how I acted. And then I finally started realizing that every one of those episodes is because I was triggered. So I found this other meme. This is a long one, but it was truly fitting and it described it perfectly. But you are not yourself when you are triggered. You become who you think you need to be to survive. If we remain in an environment that triggers our fight or flight mode, our identity starts to slip away because our values and personalities are constantly being hijacked by thoughts of fear, panic, and survival. And when I read that, it was this awe-inspiring light bulb moment that is exactly how I was feeling. These certain situations that I was being put in, I was triggered and I was reacting and I was immediately kind of in that fight or flight mode, which for me is fight. I am definitely a fighter when it comes to my fear response. I was instantly responded back to that mode. And so it's really helped me. Like when I read that, it really helped me because now I start to recognize when I'm getting triggered and it helps me to stop, just stop, take a moment, pause, breathe, don't respond, don't react because I realize I'm reacting to a trigger. It's not even so much about what's happening or what somebody said, and it's given me that, okay, I just need to create a healthy boundary here. I need to step back. So I love my memes.
I get.
Hey, you're looking at my list like, oh my God.
Well,
Kerry.
no. I mean, because I do scroll and see these type things.
Yeah.
A lot of them I scroll quickly because a lot of these are like sad.
Well, yeah, they
I
are
run across
sad.
a lot
Yeah.
where they talk about mom and daughter relationships.
Oh.
And I'm not
Yeah.
that I don't love my mom to death. I do.
Right.
But I'm more or less, it's more about me and my daughter.
Yes.
And I get very weepy. And I think I've even sent her my daughter some of these.
Yeah.
And she gets upset with me. She's like, Mom, you made me cry.
Aw.
Because it's just usually saying something to the effect of how proud I am.
Yes.
I read one today or yesterday. I can't remember, where I thought about sending it to her. And then I'm like, do I really want to just bring her down? She just got on summer break. And I'm just going to. But it talked about don't let the mess that I am make you think that it has anything to do with you.
Aw.
And I mean, it had a bunch of other things in it, and then they get you because they play that damn music in the background of these things. It's so
It's like
much
the
to
Sarah
read.
McLachlan movies on the animal shelter
Yeah,
one.
it's just so, and I'm like, shut that music off, for God's sakes. It's just horrible. But most of the time, again, I thought my fart things were memes. I guess they're not.
Well,
so.
they can be, but yeah. So
They're reels.
they're reels. Yeah, those ones are probably more reels.
And then my husband's half asleep, and I see one that's funny, and I'm like shoving my phone in his face. Because I'm like, oh my God, you got to see this. You got to see this. So, but with talking about toxic people, to touch a little bit on this, and I'm a real believer in toxic people and the energy they put off.
Yes.
And I think that especially being older, especially dealing with some of the health concerns that I've been faced with over the last few years, I find that negative energy from people it's toxic. There's no other term for it. And it's as bad as anything we could inhale into our bodies or digest into our bodies. We talk about carcinogens and things like that we're not supposed to be around. And that type of negative energy, you try your best to recognize it and recognize it early enough and basically save yourself from it.
Amen.
I mean, I've gotten into not really arguments, but just in trying to explain my point of view of this when I encounter people in family or not in family that say, well, you really should just try to, because of your connection with these people, whether it be related or just your history, that you should tolerate or show some sort of understanding, be a little bit more easygoing with them, give them more of a pass.
Right.
You really, I would recommend no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just sounds so cruel and just matter to a fact about it. But chances are a toxic person is not going to change. They can't and they won't.
Right.
And that negative energy they bring, I mean, it's basically you're putting yourself at risk.
100%.
So you need to sort of free yourself from the toxic person.
100%.
And people who love to wallow. There are people who wallow in drama.
Yes.
And wallow in, and they totally feed off of all of that. And they like, I can't even explain it to you except to say something weird like it. Oh, I almost get the impression like that they drench themselves in it and just like swim around in it.
Yes.
They can't get enough of it.
Right. And there's been friendships that I have had and then thought in the moment that, oh, this person really understands and they're there for me. And then I realized, no, they're just enjoying the drama.
Oh,
they're like living in that drama. And now because they don't have enough drama in their life, they're sucking off of my drama and adding into it. So what I thought was supportive was really just them not allowing me to move on because they were continuing that drama. So that brings me to a fun meme that I found.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, wait, I lost it. Wait. Okay. This one was talking about embracing therapy and it says, glad to see so many of you embracing therapy. A few of you need an exorcism as well. Baby steps. So going to your energy. Yes, I 100% believe that yes, you need to rid yourself of the negative energy. And maybe that's an exorcism. And it even can be little things. Like for me, I need to start my day. Like my day is very much depicted on that first hour that I'm up. And if things are calm and happy and good and enjoying my dogs and letting them play and whatever, I'm good. But if I wake up and maybe there's a grumpy pants in the house that's a little grumpy, or that's something, I get a text message maybe first thing in the morning, or whatever, that's not nice or hurtful or whatever, then my whole that energy was just zapped out of me.
It's totally deflating.
Right. But if I start my day off good and I get my positive energy around me and things are good, then if later in the day as things happen or negative things happen, I'm better able to cope with it. But if my day starts off and there's negative energy in it, I can't rebound from that. It's hard. I'm bleh the rest of the day.
The one thing I do like to do, and unfortunately it sets me up for the end of it, that's a complete downward spiral, I guess, is I think I am able to almost silence the negative, toxic things by almost creating in my mind, they're non-existent. Like I basically force myself to forget that that's even a thing. It's even, there's a person out there.
Yeah.
Or there's a situation out there, and I totally can like get rid of it.
That's a superpower.
Well, but here's the problem.
Okay.
When you get that text, the phone call, or something that brings you back to that reality, it's horrible.
It is.
And painful.
Yes.
And now it's almost like somebody smacked you in the head with, like say you're trying to forget you have an assignment due, or you have to pay a bill, and you're like, oh, I just forget about it.
Yeah.
And then it's gone. And then it's like, oh, then
you get the notice and the red marks in the mail.
And the email's like, hey, hello, remember me? And I got to take a movie reference. This is going to be a real obscure one. This is a good one. Okay.
Go.
There's a movie with Christopher Reeve in it.
Okay.
Called Somewhere in Time.
Oh.
Wonderful movie. Very romantic. Him and Jane Seymour. It's about time travel. Christopher Reeve falls in love with this woman's picture, this woman who is long gone. I'm not going to go through all of this, but he basically is capable of being able to travel back in time. He figures out how to do the time travel by basically creating in his mind. He's trained his mind to be able to go back to this time period. He buys clothes from that time period and dresses in it. And he removes everything from his space that is anything modern. Basically rips the phone out of there. Yeah. Basically, he goes to this hotel where this woman used to frequent as an actress, and he brings himself, he's able to time travel by removing anything from present day and put himself in that time period. Wow. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but there is a spoiler. I have to tell you. It's because he forgot one thing in his pocket, and it's a penny. That has the date, the modern date on it, which actually was like 1979 or 1980, because this movie's a little old. And as soon as he saw that, he immediately returned back to the present. And he could not get back to her. So that's what I try to do with toxic people. I try to remove every existence, anything that shows me that they existed, the situation existed, I remove it. But then all of a sudden, modern technology with stupid phones and texting and anything else that's capable.
So the text is like the penny.
The text is like the penny. Yes.
I don't want to see that penny. I heard they're getting rid of pennies.
They are.
Wow.
Because it takes 4 cents to make a 1 cent penny. So it's not cost effective.
What did you just say? Is that math?
It's math.
Oh, I hate it. Don't tell that to the people I work for, because I'm supposed to be doing math for them all the time.
Oh man, it's healthy boundaries. I'm proud of myself that I've finally gotten here, but it's a journey, and it's one I still struggle with. And like you said about the text, even I have certain text streams that I now only allow myself to read once a day. Like, say I get 10 texts on that text stream, I will not read them as they come in throughout the day. I will only allow myself to read them at one point when I'm in a space where I can handle it, because if there's something toxic in it, I don't want it to ruin my whole day, and I'm not going to make it all about my day. So I just, but that's one way, and I've had people say, why do you just block them? It's like, no, there's reasons why I can't, but what I can control is how much I allow that to disrupt me. So
your day. Yeah. That takes a lot of discipline, because for me, even if I didn't acknowledge this whatever, or a
Yeah.
text, or just the situation in general, it would still be playing on my mind that I know it's out there.
Yeah, that is a little hard sometimes. I will tell you, but at the same time, I've really found it helpful to create that healthy boundary. And I'm just trying to focus more on the good in my life, and I'm focusing more on those that aren't creating all this dysfunction and aren't creating all these trigger responses. And it's like that takes a lot of energy, and I just breathe deeply. Did you see that?
I saw and that's good. I'm glad you're still.
So
You need.
but
I think you gave a lot of people something to try to help maybe with this meme. I called it mean therapy. I like mean therapy. I'm going to go where I get insulted and I can insult for like an hour of somebody's time. Let's insult me and I'll insult you back. That's mean therapy. But you like meme therapy.
M-E.
Gotcha.
So before we leave, there's one other thing I want to touch on. Okay, obviously you mentioned about my one post. I did post on my Facebook page this one thing, okay? And a lot, honestly, for me on my personal Facebook page, when I post things, it's less about what other people it's less about posting it for other people to read. It's more about I needed that and I want to keep that reminder, because you know how you get your memories on Facebook and it'll show, that's really why I'm posting it, because I like to see those memories pop up. Oh, this is what I did last year, or this is whatever. Or maybe that meme just meant a lot and I want to save it. But then what gets me are the people that think that everything you post on Facebook is about them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yes. Okay, I got to find it on here because this one really hit that well. No, my post wasn't about you. Why? Did you find something your size? Well, that's from our new Guilty Conscious collection.
Very good. Touche, Kerry. Yeah,
touche.
very good. Very good.
So I thought there was one other one about that too. Let me look and see.
Well, I do have to admit, when I do see posts like that, not just yours, but anybody else who is, maybe struggling with something, and they want to make a point, or like you said, a memory of how you were feeling in that moment.
Yes,
I do have to admit, as a part, just a third party or whatever it is out there, I do wonder.
Was that me?
No, well, no, it's never me. Why would anybody have a problem with me? Come on. No, God, it would be straightforward for me. I do wonder who though. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, wow. So do you think it's so-and-so? Who are they talking about?
So that's the other one. Don't ask if my posts are about you. Ask yourself why that post applied to you. Whenever people, read that, they shouldn't be saying, well, is that about me? Well, okay, why do you think that applied? What about that made you think it was about you?
You're outing yourself.
You're outing
for being a horrible person.
Exactly. So
I do think a lot of posts are about me when they're beautiful.
Or funny.
I ran into this most beautiful person. Oh my God, I don't even know this person, but they ran into me. How disgraceful.
So, no one ever says that. When you post nice things, they go, oh, thank you for talking about me or whatever. But damn, you post one little thing about you had a bad day. Well, what do you mean? It's about me.
So. I'm actually sitting over there waiting for you to post the good stuff about me. I ain't worried about that. I know it's not about me. Get out of here.
Well, I hope this has helped many of you, or sparked something in you to recognize if you've had some toxic energy in your life, that, hey, it's okay to set healthy boundaries.
Absolutely.
And when all else fails, if you can't go to a therapist, you can always listen to us or go find a meme therapy. And if even that fails, then find a fart reel.
Yeah, there's 3 levels to this. Listen to us first and foremost. Then do your meme, M-E-M-E therapy. Then maybe go to meme therapy. I don't know. And then do the reels, the fart reels. They'll get you
reels,
through.
whatever.
They'll do it. They'll fix everything for you.
Well, this was fun. Thank you for letting me bring my therapy to our session today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, have a wonderful week. Please be sure to check out our Facebook page or our website, dysfunctionjunkies.buzzsprout.com, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.